your daily tarot reading for Tarot Tuesday. And this is going to be for the 14th, 2019. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my tarot decks that I felt guided to pull out. And Tarot Tuesday is completely all tarot, with the exception of the last deck that I'm going to use. It's just as a message to part with or whatever. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. These messages are not going to pertain to everyone. You know, if it's for you, you will know that it's for you by the way that it feels. If it resonates, if it rings true for you, you'll know that it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not going to make sense. It's just, it's just not going to be for you. So take it or leave it. It's up to you. Use your own discernment, your own guidance. All right. So we don't have to pray over this reading because we're already divinely guided. We're already divinely protected. Thank you. Let's go ahead and tap into the overall energies for Tuesday, May the 14th, 2019. Wherever you are in the world, I ask that the collective energies show me the energies collectively. These cards are like trying to stick together. The Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Empress. So we got 2 2s and 2 3s with an 8. All right. So the Two of Wands energy, this represents a spark, a divine spark, something that has been hidden for a long time, coming into discovery of something that you wish to create, or something to take along with you, this spark, this inspiration, this guidance, something that you're following, that you're moving into. It's like as you go deeper within your journey, the deeper you find yourself, or it's kind of like, it's something to do with a journey. And I'm not going to just speak on something specific because it'll be different for everybody, but it's a journey. Whatever this journey is, it gets deeper. And it's always a spark. It's always something guiding you and leading you. It's almost like it's never ending. It's this divine creation, and it's really in your hands. You're creating this, if that makes sense. The challenge with it is finding balance and harmony within these energies. So it's like, if you look at the Two of Cups, it seemingly has two energies in the clouds. So whether you want to take it as good or evil, whether you want to take it as light or dark, whether you want to take it as male or female, whatever, it's an opposite energy. And I feel like you have to meet those two opposites. You have to find your own balance between merging those energies together. So it's like, it's this duality, it's this energy of being all in. So it's like, you can't be partial, you can't be fragmented in your being when it comes to creating. And you have to be full within yourself. You have to be whole within you. So anything that is, it's like, even the dark and the shadows, the light and the dark within the self is a mere reflection of yourself. But it's like, you're making peace with it. You're not really, it's not that you're agreeing to these things. It's more so you're observing them, and you're compassionate about these energies. You understand them. It's like you're taking it in within yourself to understand those aspects as well. So it's like, whatever this opposite energy is, whether it's a person, people in general, reflecting things back to you in which you don't like or you do like, things that resonate with you, things that don't resonate with you, it's all meant to make you get back in touch with yourself. It's all a compass within the self. The Three of Cups, the approach to this is that when you merge with both truths, if that makes sense. Because it's like, this Three of Cups, he has his hands on one woman and focus on one woman. So it's like focusing on, it's like these opposite energies. So also it could represent focusing on the energies in which you wish to attract and be and feel that bliss. So you get to choose that energy that you want to dwell in as well. You create this. Whatever this dynamic is, whatever this energy is, you are creating this. And as far as if this is about other people, I feel like it's a duality between those that serve you and those that do not. Maybe you yourself taking into account that, yeah, I might not always serve everybody as well. There could be parts and points in time where I'm toxic, or I have been toxic, or I was toxic. And it's seeing both sides of that, and also being able to have compassion for the things within people that you don't like. Because if you keep it real, it's like there was things about myself that was shitty too. So who am I to judge this person? I can judge it from a human perspective, but when I go deeper into it, I can also understand and empathize and not align myself with that, but just see it for what it is and keep it moving. The more detached you are from aligning yourself. So it's like this deck plays with I see what they're doing. I never really noticed it, but they have a lighter person and a darker skinned person, and it represents duality. So it's like, in that duality within it, yeah, you could see it, but at the end of the day, like, what you're looking at is a reflection. Like, they're both women. So yeah, this one may be light, this one may be dark, but they're still a woman. So it's like, why try to pick apart something that's the same? In essence, it's a different aspect, but in essence it's the same. It's an aspect of yourself or a situation. It's like trying to bounce back between right or wrong, or this or that. I like you, I don't like you. Yeah, it's good to recognize and see those things, but it's just like, okay, cool. It is what it is. It's not too much to ponder and think of. With the Eight of Swords, it's like when you're in that state of overthinking and that mental entrapment, Spirit's wanting you to focus on this for a reason. So if you're feeling trapped mentally and emotionally, there's always a way out. But it's not to stop. How do I explain this? Not to stop in this energy. Don't stop there. Don't dwell in it. But recognize it. See it for what it is. But keep walking. Because it's like, if she continues to move forward, there's all these swords there to free her. So she's bound to the illusion, or this illusion that she's forever bound, because she's in that moment of feeling trapped and bound. And even in the past, even behind her, she skipped some swords that could have freed her. She also has a polarity with the snake and the owl. So it could be the good versus evil, or it could be temptation or enlightenment, or they both represent an actuality, wisdom and enlightenment, both animals. So it's like, there's no right or wrong way to seek the light and that clarity. Whether you got to go through the dark, the shadows, the things that make us afraid, scared, the things we don't like, versus the things that are light and fluffy, or the things that we're used to, accustomed to. It's all going to lead you to that place where, if you continue to move in that energy and you continue to seek and search within yourself, you're going to find that clarity. And with the Emperor's card, what you're doing is you're giving birth to yourself. So this is really a matter of meeting the Divine Mother. It's like, how do I explain this? I hope I'm not jumping ahead of myself. Like, I've been seeing the Empress quite a bit today. She's come out quite a few times in some card pulls that I've had, and the snake is there as well. So it's like this knowledge, and you come back to that birthing, that period of that first time that you came to this planet. So it's like, as you awaken, it's like a new energy. Like, you give birth to new energies, new self, a new aspect of you. You're coming out of that canal, and it's never easy, right? As you go through these cycles and these spiritual awakenings and these processes of life, they're never easy. There's always some pain in it. But then when you come out of the womb, it's like, okay, or you're giving birth, you're the one giving the birth, and you free yourself out of that energy. You're here. It's like the process of divine creation, and it's also a creation within the self. It's a seed within you. And with the Two of Pentacles, it's like you're giving birth to yourself. You're giving birth to something. You have a choice what you give energy to, what you give life to. And I feel like Spirit is trying to give everybody the discernment, your higher self, your guides, whatever you want to call it, that compass within you that guides you, is trying to make you aware of the things that keep you trapped and stuck and keep you from this divine creation. But it's never easy, but the thing is, it's worth it. And when you move past this energy and you walk through it, even when you feel like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, because this person is guided. Not only does she have the swords to free her, but she also has these two guides. So whoever she consults in is still going to lead her back to herself. So that's one thing to remember. Even if it's a period of what you feel like was a waste of time, like, oh, I wasted my life with him or her, I shouldn't have invested in this person, or I wasted my life at this job I can't stand. But that job served you, it taught you something. That relationship taught you something. So no matter which teacher you decide to go to, it's still going to lead you back to yourself. Still going to lead you back to that whole point, which is you, regardless of what the circumstances, the energy is. Okay, the Knight of Swords. So this is making that decision, and it's like, it could feel like a battle to you, or you feel like you're defeating something, which you are. This could be you overcoming the ego. This could be you overcoming something else. You know, it could be something mundane. The Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups can represent things that you perceive that you missed out on, or you messed up, or you made the wrong choices or decisions. Spirit gave you something, but you feel like you didn't act on it, you didn't do it. Some people believe that sins are opportunities that we didn't act on, things that we didn't, you know, an opportunity, a door that was open, but we chose not to go for it. Some people see it that way. But it could be that you're casting these judgments on yourself because of things that you didn't take on. So you're going through this process where you're eliminating the ego. Death to the ego with the Death card and the Devil card. And then you got the Six of Swords. So it's like you're freeing yourself of these energies, the things that maybe you took for granted, the things that you didn't see within yourself, or, you know, the process within itself. You may feel discontent, you may feel tired, you may feel disconnected, you may be questioning certain ideologies and beliefs, and that happens every time you expand. Like, your consciousness wants to grow or wants to create something more, something different. You're going to question things, and it's going to lead you to the next thing to give and to create. That's how things manifest in this universe. It's like, okay, well, I'm tired of this regular phone with the little dial where you gotta, you know, the old school phones. I want to create something different. Okay, I want to create this. So it's like, it's never ending, but it's a process. It's a death that takes place. And some of you guys could be going through your dark night of the soul, where it's very painful, maybe even physically or emotionally painful, because you're releasing these things. You're becoming aware of the lower aspect of yourself. You're becoming aware of all the gunk and the junk that needs to come up, the things that you've been bound to, and the things that keep you bound to your ego, the lower aspect of your ego rather, the things that keep you bound to obsessions, whether that's obsessive thoughts, depression, um, fear, whatever it is. It's like these things, you have to become aware of that aspect of you. So within the dark, you have to find the light within it. And that's what this is about with the death card. With the sun, it's like, yeah, it's death, it's mourning. But also, there's a bright side to all of this that we don't see. So when you come into awareness of this, it frees you. You're home free. You can release it. So, yeah, let's switch up the energy, see what else wants to come out of this. So we got the Two of Wands, which is an Aries card. The Two of Cups, which is a Cancer's card. The Three of Cups is also Cancer. The Eight of Swords is a Gemini card. And the Empress can be a Venus energy, but the ruling planet, or the sign's ruling planet is Taurus and Libra energy. We also got more air energy with the Knight of Swords. The Devil card is Capricorn. This death card is Scorpio. I think a Scorpio full moon is coming up. So maybe this is why a lot of us are going through ego deaths and a lot of things are being released and removed. The Six of Swords is Aquarius energy. The Four of Cups is also a Cancer card. Alright. So a lot of Cancer. So a lot of nurturing, a lot of healing. This birthing, mothering energy. Could also represent the foundations beneath you, the relationships, the connections, your environment. The Emperor. Stability, efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. So I'm just going with the flow, you guys. I'm not going to fish for any, like, messages or love or none of that. I'm just going with the flow. So this is divine energy, divine power with the Emperor. You had the Emperor, so here is more balance in the number 4, the 4th major arcana card. So it's coming into balance. So it's like that polar energy again. You got to have the Empress energy to be receptive to what is being created, the seed that is planted. The Emperor represents the masculine principle, the aggressive, the giver energy. So it's like this, a lot, I feel, you guys are stepping into your power when it comes to the things that you're manifesting or the things that you're creating or whatever your circumstances are. You're placing yourself in that seat, that position to change your situations, whatever it may be. With the Six of Michael, this is the Six of Swords again, but just in a different deck. It says, it's the light at the end of a tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation, or travel. So a lot of you guys are making room for new energies to come in. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. So you came out of a dark period only for you to find, okay, I see. I understand why I had to go through this. Because some of you may have been giving birth to things that you asked for. I always think of this, like, when people, it makes sense when I think about it. Be careful what you ask for, because when you ask for certain things, you don't know what's required to receive that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing, because it could be painful when you're asking Spirit, I want to lose 20 pounds or whatever. I'm tired of these diets, these crash diets and these blah blah blahs and all this stuff. And then you are led to go on a completely different diet that you're not used to. Your body starts going through withdrawals from caffeine, from sugar. You know, you're being tempted by other people eating crab legs and shrimp and all this other stuff. Whatever people is into, whatever. I like seafood and burgers and all this stuff. Like, oh, the tacos and oh, the smoking. They're smoking cigarettes. I can't have a cigarette. You ask for yourself to be free, or you ask yourself to manifest something. It could be, I want to manifest the love of my life. And then Spirit is like, well, we're going to make sure that you're ready for that love of your life. So you might not be dating for 10 years. You might be single throughout those 10 years. You might be needing to heal and purge and release, but it's because you asked for something. So whatever and it's not a suffering type of thing. It's not a suffering principle, but it's just that fact of recognizing the light and the dark within things, and also making peace and understanding those things and seeing how they're inevitable, and flow through it rather than trying to stuff it down or control it. Yes, you want to be in the driver's seat and you want to be in control, but not to the point where you're trying to maneuver and manipulate things to the point where you're not flowing, you're not in your higher self. You're trying to backpedal, or you're trying to move past something, get it over with, rather than flow through it and experience it, because the experience itself is teaching you something. So a lot of you, this could be, on a mundane level, is that you're being prepared to be placed in a new place of living, a new home, a new location, such as like you moved out of the country, out of the state. It's just preparing you for new energies. For everybody's gonna be different, pretty much. The Seven of Ariels, the Seven of Pentacles, which represents you have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. So by focusing on things that you asked for yesterday, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it's like, trust that whatever you put your energy forth towards, if you have patience with that harvest, it will manifest. It may come in a different form. It may come from a different person. It may come at a different time, whatever. But just know that whatever you've invested in, the seed is going to grow beautifully. So whatever, I told a couple of people this earlier, this message came up for 2 different people that I read for today. And it was, you're not wasting your energy and time with things. So it's like, oh, I've been at this job. Oh, I wasted my time. This is stupid. In a way, yeah, you can see it as, yeah, you've been wasting time, but who's to say that that wasn't the divine timing for you to get the wake-up call that this isn't the job for me? And I've learned about myself through this process. I've learned what I want to be and what I wish to become, or what I want to step into, or what I want to manifest. Or in a context of love, oh, it didn't work out with him, or it didn't work out with her, or I wasted my time. But no, you've been planting the seed, because it's not the person, it's the essence and the energy that you're seeking. That's what you're creating. So that's what you're creating. It's the essence and the energy of what you're putting energy into. It's not so much the person or the job that you think you want, but it's like that perfect thing that's for you is going to manifest based off of the nurturing, the patience, and the love you've been putting into that dream. So it's just a matter of flowing and planting more seeds. You see how he's look at all of this behind him, this garden, and it's different plants and flowers. It's none of the same. So it's like you're always going to be creating more and new and different things. You have the compass and the guidance within you to do it. The more and more you master this, the more easier it gets to create and manifest. So yeah, it's all in divine energy. The Lover's card, it says, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitment to power of love. So again, that compassionate, that love energy, even when it's hard to love, even when it's hard to accept the things about yourself that you despise, and the things that are coming up in your memory bank that you thought you forgot about, and it's painful, and you don't want to admit that you had a sick thought or a negative thought about somebody, or you said something negative to yourself, or someone said something to you that was very painful. It's kind of hard to deal with that. It's not easy to face that. But the more and more you throw that compassionate energy in there, like, you know what, I see this, I don't align with, I don't align with depression. I release it. I accept the fact that I was dealing with energies like that, or I had that type of thought about somebody. That's where I was at the time, but I forgive myself, or I forgive that person for what they said to me. I release them. And again, it's not about the opposite energy. It's about you. So it's not about what the person did and what they said to you, more so. Yeah, it triggers. It had a purpose. That person served a purpose. But you're not forgiving and releasing that energy for the sake of, oh, I need to get this energy out of the way. Get away from me. And I'm learning that too. That when you put your focus on things you don't want, it amplifies, it attaches itself, you give it power. But when you give it love and you give it all right, good, whatever, bye, or whatever, or a person. Like, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with your BS, but I send you love, or I'm I'm being empathetic. I can understand where you're coming from, why you are the way that you are, or maybe why you did what you did. It has nothing to do with me, how you're treating me, but I'm forgiving you for me. I'm going to love myself in spite of the things that I've told myself that I can't stand about myself. I hate this, or I did that. I went to jail for this. I've been molested, or um, some people, it can be real heavy and deep to the point where they murdered somebody, and it's like, you got to forgive yourself for that. So it's like, this can represent relationships with others as well, that you might have to make some serious decisions and choices based off of that, based off of your healing, how much you have healed, and seeing that these relationships are here for a reason. So it's a matter of what you align yourself to and what you agree with. So this can also go back to the twin flame journey, the soulmate. It's all relevant because it's like everybody's just adding pieces to the, like, adding more pieces to something that's already been created, a recipe. Like, it's a soup, it's a gumbo, but you're just adding something different to it, but you're trying to call it something else. Like, it's gumbo in essence, but you're trying to call it something else. So anyway, these journeys that we go on, and I seen a post the other day, and it rang so true to me. Like, it's not an event. A soulmate connection or a twin flame is not an event. Like, when you get it, it's not the end all be all. It's a journey. So whether it be that you're journeying through different energies with different people, or you're journeying through this life with one person, it's not an event. It's not an ending thing. It's a continuation. You see how he's continuing to plant seeds and give birth to different types of plants and flowers and trees or what have you. It doesn't stop there. That's like divine creation. This planet, this earth, this existence that we perceive it to be, it's got the animals, it's got the humans, it's got this, it's got that. It's never ending. We limit ourselves. We cap ourselves in a box. So as we heal, the more our heart expands and the more our heart is able to be receptive as well. The Nine of Raphael, which is the Nine of Cups, it says, make a wish, dreams become a reality, a joyful time of life. So this is a time of self-mastery, and it's like when you get to that point, to where you can make your dreams become a reality, the things that you created, the things that are in your mind, and you start to see them manifest and become, that's when it's like, that's a joyful, and this is a magical time to be in. But you have to be in touch with yourself. You can't skip steps. You can't be mad at the process. You can't be mad at God. You can't be mad at yourself or whatever you want to blame it on. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of the process, if that makes sense, because it's never ending. Like, oh, I got the car. Oh, cool. Okay, whatever. Now I'm going to want something else to manifest, and that's cool. That's a part of life. That's a part of this journey, is creation. How do we get here? Through creation. So, hope I didn't lose anybody with that, but that's pretty much what I'm getting. So, got the Lover's card, which is Gemini energy again. The Emperor, which is Aries. Got the Six of Swords again, which is Aquarius energy. The Nine of Cups is Pisces. That's the dreamer energy. Then you got the Seven of Ariel, which is the Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy. We're in Taurus season. So that's gonna close it out, and I'm gonna close it out here with the Flower of Life Oracle card with the message. I hope I made some sense, y'all. I mean, the energy's pretty heavy. I was almost not gonna come on here and post this or even record, do a reading, whatever, because I've been in my own bubble, going through my healing process, my dark night of the soul, my awakening, because we don't just have one. We go through different periods where we become aware of certain levels and certain aspects of ourselves, and we gotta rise to the occasion. So it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that it was easy. It was like hell going through that. Like, I thought, like, what is going on? Am I tripping? Am I crazy? What is going on? And then when you move through those energies, the things that are coming up to the surface, like all of that gunk, all of that stuff that you carry on, you've been carrying in your energy field, that you've been attaching yourself to, aligning yourself to, agreeing to, um, all that stuff has to be cleared or cut off or being told to go. Like, I abort you, I cancel, I'll delete you, like you're gone, like you're dust to me, and I send you off with love because you assisted me, you made me aware of things within myself, and I appreciate that. So it's like, show gratitude through that energy, because it helps you, it balances you out. You're able to recognize both sides and of the energy, and what it does is it aligns you more with yourself. I hope that makes sense. All right. Animals and weave your life. So 2 cards wanted to come out. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like a forest. It looks pretty foggy. All you can see is the trees. It says you are standing on the edge of everything you desire. Take a step or a leap into what the mind perceives as the unknown, and you will pull toward you all you dream about and desire. Create, create. You are a work of art in progress. Weave a different web, full of your dreams and desires, and be willing to meet them when they arrive. Get yourself ready by knowing they are on the way, by being present in each moment. If you're distracted by the future or the past, you won't know they have arrived. Your life is happening now, and you are weaving the direction of your life in this moment. Where would you like your life to go? The choice is yours. Spiral inward and feel your wonderment. And you got animals. So it says the energy of animals reflects our instinctual nature, allowing us to draw on their skills and abilities. Our instincts are what we generally describe as a gut feeling, intuition, or psychic ability. Playing or working with or just observing animals, either directly or symbolically, brings us in touch with our own animal nature, an aspect of ourselves often repressed. We are all one. Life is life, flowing from the same source, manifesting as a different species. We are all streams of uniqueness, ever expanding love and light, experiencing our own path to experience life in a new and varied forms. Once you feel your own uniqueness and love, it becomes easy to communicate with all forms, feeling their originality instead of trying to communicate through your opinions, values, and conclusions. Animals are fully present in the now, a gentle reminder to adapt and adjust in every situation. Here you will be in the flow, and the path of least resistance will present itself. Alright, that was a message. Much love as always, you guys. Go within. Like, just be present right now. Walk, move forward. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay stagnant. Address what comes to you. Just keep it moving. Even if you got to walk through the darkness, keep it moving. Keep pushing. Keep moving forward. Don't stay stuck and stagnant in this energy. It's heavy. If you need to take a break from the outside world, take a break from the internet, your phone, whatever, because you got to get in tune with yourself, because all of this stuff can be a distraction at times. And as I was going through this little process I didn't even have time to even get on social media. It wasn't something I was concerned with, hence why I didn't do my my weekend readings. I just wasn't in the space to do it. My energy wasn't right. I had to go through this process. I'm still kind of going through, but I'm in the place where I can still channel the energies. I can still, discern the energies, but there's still some things within myself, like I have to give that energy back to myself. I gotta continue to nurture myself through this process, because I am going through a process, like we all do. We can't just be floating all the time, just moving and going. Sometimes we have to take time to unplug and go within, because you can get too caught up in this. Excuse me, my throat's trying to get clogged up. we can get too caught up in this. But hopefully Walu Wednesday and the rest of the week I'll be good. I just need to balance myself out, take in whatever I need to take in, release whatever I need to release, and yeah. So yeah, I hope this resonates with those who it's meant to resonate with. I'm sending much love to you guys.